Hey guys, what is up? It is Bibs87 here again, and welcome to another Hardcore Iron Man progress video here today. In this one, we are going to be doing some more quests as we are slowly getting closer and closer to unlocking Prif, which is our current pretty much main goal, although we have a bit of a sub-goal of getting Branches of Darkmire out of the way. We will also be starting to get into some PVM pretty soon. I don't think there's any in this video just yet, but I'm planning on doing Barrows a little bit once we get our Draken's Medallion, and then from there I'll probably go do some Zammy to try and get some subjugation. And then we can, we got to start getting into some Slayer as well, get a little bit further along on that. But I've just been focusing on the questing at the beginning of this account, and it's been going pretty well for me as I've gotten my stats. Like, I'm pretty much at like almost base 60s aside from Dungeoneering, which I'm pretty happy with, and we're going to continue on this road. We aren't honestly too far off of Prif. It's mainly the summoning that I would say is probably our biggest blocker, and partially the Herblore, although I'll probably be using Walgothic Sleep's Lamps on Herblore once we get there. Anyways, enough rambling. Let's get into the clips here, and we can start right now. We have the first one is a bit of an underwhelming, I guess, start to the video. We are completing one of the more easy and basic quests in the game, and that is going to be Sheep Herder. So definitely a very easy quest, although one of the more annoying ones in the game, having to poke sheeps around. It for some reason gives you 4 quest points, which doesn't make much sense to me. The quest point system in the game doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, because easy quests can give you a shitload, and then really tough quests can give you 1. So I don't really get it, but the reason we're completing that quest is because we're going to be starting down a couple of the elf quest lines here, and that is one of, like, pretty much the first one technically that's a part of that, mainly because you need to use those sheeps for this quest right here, which you have to like shoot them with the device, and that interface is so horribly outdated. Like, the crosshair is supposed to take up your whole screen, but it's like just barely like even like a quarter of my screen, if not even then. So like I can see outside the edges of the crosshair, and it's a pretty bad interface at this point. But that's Morning's End Part 1. We get 25k thieving and 20k HP lamps, as well as 2 quest points, and that quest is also the one that gives us access to Letya. However you want to say that, I don't care. That's how I say it. The elf city, or I guess it's more of a town than a city if we're going to be frank here. But yeah, the elf area, that's pretty much was the main city before Prif came out. And it's nice to get that. There's a tree patch there if we ever want to grow some stuff, and just in general, it's nice easy access to the majority of the elven lands now, as we have the teleport to that town. So I'll always be taking that. Next up here is a pretty infamous quest in the game. It is Morning's End Part 2, and if you thought it was bad on a main account, on an Iron Man it's even worse, because unless you're already 90 Slayer, or I think there's one other way to get the talisman, but I think it's like a really high hunter level. Unless you already have one of those, you have to go through that list of 50 items and bring them to this guy, the dwarf, to get the death talisman. So that takes minimum 2 trips, but I had to do it in 3 trips because, I wanted to bring at least a little bit of food. I didn't want to have only 3 inventory spots open. But yeah, we hand him that, and we go ahead and I mess up here. I remember I walk the wrong way. I think the crystal's on the other side, but it's actually where I was originally. I had it right, and I just fucked it up. God, I'm such an idiot. But yeah, this quest really sucks because you have to bring all of those things to the guy. He gives you the death talisman. You go into the death altar and like activate the crystal on it or whatever, and then you can fix the temple or what. I don't really know what the lore of the quest is, but I finally realized the error of my ways there. In a fit of shaky camera rage, I turn around and head back up the ladder to the place I'm trying to, or that I actually need to go, eating up my salmon along the way, and we're gonna get this quest out of the way. But yeah, definitely one of the more annoying ones. The light puzzle bit actually isn't as bad, like at least as I remember it being. It doesn't take too long. As far as I remember, like this used to be like the worst quest ever, but honestly, it's not too bad as long as you have a decent agility level for those handholds. Those handholds can be a bitch sometimes, so that's probably a part of it as well. Sometimes it can, if you're low agility, it can take you forever. But there we have the quest completed, and I'm happy to finally be getting that done because it is super duper annoying as an Iron Man especially. But we managed to get one agility level from that quest to 66, and after that, I think there's just I think it's Within the Light, not the Light Within. I don't know why they have those two quests. They're the same fucking name. But I think Within the Light is the only quest after this one that we need to do before Prif. I'm pretty sure that's the last one. Obviously, we don't have the skills for Prif yet, but it'll be pretty nice to get that out of the way once we do. Okay, so this next clip here is actually going to be the Elf Lands Easy Task Set completed, Tier and Win, whatever you want to call it. And these ones actually have some pretty high requirements because obviously you have to have some decent levels to even get here to begin with. And yeah, we have these teleports that pretty much let you teleport to a couple different places in the Elvenlands. I think you unlock more teleports on it as you get higher tiers of it. And it can also teleport you to the Death Altar, I think 5 times a day or something like that. So yeah, nice little task set to bang out there. And did I not use the lamp? I guess I forgot to use the lamp. I think I used that on Herblore as usual. But next clip here is a bit of a random one. Is that 12 cast? No, that's 10. Sorry, I have a bit of a small preview window of the video here. But we have 10 hard caskets here. And just so you know, what I'm looking for right here is Ceradoman arrows for a specific thing that I wanted to get done, and I'm hoping to get Ceradoman arrows from these. Basically, it's so I can open the reliquary in the whatever it's called, the Sithara, to get the Holy Sithara at Sitharid Abbey, because it gives you like 50k per XP, and I had all the other pieces, so I figured if I could get this Ceradoman arrow, I would be able to do it. If I can't get it, then I have to go to the Mage Bank and get a Sarah cape because I've got the cape. And so yeah, we're opening 10 hard clue scrolls here, and I figured it'd be a pretty good clip to throw in. I mean, I've had a lot of clues in the bank for a while, although I still have to destroy a decent amount of them because I'm not able to do a bunch of the emote ones, which kind of sucks. But as you can see, as we're opening these, nothing too great so far. Just some fortunate component, just like the random general stuff you get. Nature runes are always nice to get, and then we get a bunch of salvage. So that is 5 of the clues opened, and we haven't gotten anything just yet, so not getting lucky so far. But oh yeah, you can see in my chat I have Sarah arrows, please. I was hoping I could get them just in case, but or just so I wouldn't have to go to the wild. And honestly, it kind of annoys me with the rune-plated salvage how similar they look to each other. I mean, obviously that's going to kind of be the way it is just because they have, small bladed, then like medium bladed, like how different can they really look? But I wish they gave them like different orientations like of an item. Like, so the small bladed is like rotated like 90 degrees, and then the large is like not. I don't know. It would just make it easier, at least a little bit easier to tell at a glance, what they are. But I don't know. I guess it's not a big deal, but what am I doing here? Oh yeah, okay. That's 20,000 coins. Very nice. That's a lot of salvage right there, but as you can tell, I'm not too strapped for cash. We get 4 puzzle skipping tickets there. I guess those are still worth a lot because that says it's worth 1.8 mil. We have the final one here, and we don't manage to get any Ceradoman arrows. So the one time I want the Sarah arrows is the one time I don't get any, which is, I guess, unlucky. I don't know how rare they are. I don't think they would be that rare because I get them all the time when I'm doing clues, but we didn't manage to get any Ceradoman arrows, which is unfortunate, and I decide to actually go and try and get them from a couple of easy clues here. I think I do like 5 or so for the next clip, so yeah, a little bit of a cry emote there. Very depressing scenes. And yeah, we go ahead and are going to do 5 easy clues, and I was doing the hidey holes along the way as I do these, so it'll be a bit easier if I want to do any more in the future. But we get a fucking master clue from an easy clue scroll, and I've done a bunch of easy clues on my main for like fun, and I have never gotten a master clue. Like, that's got to be so rare to get a master from an easy clue, and we're just out here trying to get some Ceradoman arrows, and it gives us a fucking master clue. I couldn't believe that. That actually pissed me off so much because how the hell do I get a master clue when I'm trying to get Sarah arrows from an easy clue? An easy clue. I didn't get any from the 10 hards I opened. Like what the hell? And then I think I just spammed the rest of them. I wasn't even looking, but we did not get any Saradomin arrows, unfortunately. But we got a fucking master clue, and I don't even bother opening because I know I almost definitely can't do it. And I didn't want it to go in my bank weird, but we ended up getting the Sarah cape, as you can see here, and we got the Sithara completed with no issues after that. But just so annoying to go through all those clues without and get a master from an easy. But next quest here is a bit of an interesting quest. I kind of like how it has you use like a specific summoning familiar for its like strange ability. You know, you don't really see that too often with most quests, and it was kind of fun to do this one over again. It is the Curse of Arav, and you get a crap ton of random XP from that quest. Notably, I guess 9k range, 9k agility, 14k thieving, 4k summoning, and we managed to get a thieving and a slayer level from this one, so not too bad at all. 65 slayer unlocks us some dust devils, and is also a requirement for blood runs deep, which is one of the bit of a higher level quest, because I think you need like 75 attack and strength for that one, so nice to at least get the slayer requirement out of the way with. And actually completing this quest means that we can now finish off the Dimension of the Damned, which is going to be nice to finish. I really don't like this quest too much. Like, I just hate how it's with like its own area, and like you have to get everything, you know, from scratch while you're in there. It's just annoying to have to do. And if you want, I think if you want to get like Master Quest Cape, or maybe it's just for trim, I don't remember, but you have to like replay the quest, I think like 5 times or something to get like all the unlocks that you can get. But that is what we just completed. We get a bunch of lamps for that, and one of them I think is 30k for combat, and then the rest are just like random little lamps. We don't get any level ups from them. And the combat one we're going to be using on range, because range, I hate training range like at low levels until like probably level 70 or so. It's just super annoying. So gonna get that level to 65 there, which is pretty nice. And I think we can talk to her to unlock some stuff. Or does she actually complete the whole quest? Oh yeah, I think she like gives us the full quest completion screen. Yeah, so you don't really get much from obviously ending the actual quest, but 2 quest points, and then you get 10 of those silver pennies in her reward shop, which you can use to unlock things that are either cosmetic overrides or they make your subsequent playthroughs more easy to complete of the quest, which I don't know. I'm not a big fan of like having quests be replayable, but that's just me, I guess. The next quest we have here, we are actually on Intrana, one of my least favorite places in the game because of how restricting it is in terms of what you can bring. And just like, if you ever have to go to Intrana, you basically are just like, well, gotta bank all my shit, I guess. And it's just a pain. But this one, we just have to talk to, I think, Sir Tiffy Cashin here in Falador Park. He has his hands in almost like pretty much every quest chain in the game, it seems like. But this one I think is Devious Minds, which is one of the more interesting quests in the game, kind of like a mysterious one, pretty short and fast to complete, but I think it has like some pretty decent like med level requirements. So I don't know, it's always been like kind of a standout quest to me. It's always been kind of interesting. You have to like use one of the rune crafting pouches in it, which is, you know, something you wouldn't expect to have to use in a quest. I don't know, just an interesting one in my opinion. And that is Devious Minds completed. And kind of giving it away here what I'm going to be doing for the final quest of the video, but the temple at Sentiston is what we've been sort of building up to in this video with the you know, the Curse of Arav, Devious Minds, and stuff like that. And for that quest, you have to do a Barrows run. So I decided I would record it because you need to get the Barrows icon. And as you guys will see, I actually managed to get a pair of Torag's plate legs, funnily enough, from here, which I thought was kind of ridiculous. This is like my 5th Barrows chest or something. Yeah, my 5th, because I get that little achievement. I had already done some for a Reaper task, but yeah, I managed to get some Torag's plate legs, which isn't a very good item for me. I mean, it's a tank armor, and I already have my Smithed armor that I use for tank, and you know, it's not too great, but I'll just throw it in my trophy tab. And I mean, hey, that's one item off of the Barrows collection. We are going for all collections here eventually, so that is nice to pick up. And then right here we have the quest completion of the temple at Sentiston, and honestly, in and of itself, not too difficult of a quest. You know, doing the Barrows run pretty easy, and then you got to go up into like near Gorok area, I believe. You don't actually have to go through the wilderness. You can go from like Relica and then take the boat and you walk up from there, and you don't actually end up going through the wilderness. So didn't have to worry about too much there, which was nice. Didn't want to have to go through like 55 wild to get to this quest area. Although when I first did the quest, I think back in like a long time ago, like sort of near when it first came out, I'm pretty sure I did go through the wilderness, you know, because I was just a little bit stupid back then. But yeah, we are finishing this one up. Obviously, it unlocks the curses for us. Not something we can really take advantage of just yet, but once we get to Prif, I mean, I'll probably just go straight up for 95 prayer. I don't know how much it will cost exactly, but I have obviously I have a pretty big cash stack from smithing, and I will probably want to just go ahead and spend that on prayer, because having soul split and, you know, all that for doing my Slayer training will be super useful, and I think it's probably just be worth it to smash out as soon as we do make it to good old Prif. But a little bit of a longer clip here. We have this cutscene, and like everything to do with the quest ending was a bit longer than I anticipated, but still, it is one of the, you know, better quests to get done with, and you know, just nice to get those curses unlocked for the future. We are actually getting pretty close to, you know, not like close, but getting there on, you know, almost having all the quests completed in the game. You know, we have over 300 quest points at this point, and most of the quests remaining are some of the pretty big ones. But here we have 2 quest points, 2 20k combat XP lamps, a 23k XP lamp, and 10k prayer XP, as well as, of course, access to the ancient curses. Managed to pick up 62 prayer from that thing, and yeah, that reading that I think is what unlocks the curses for you, pretty much. I'm not obviously going to switch over to them because they won't be any use to me. The 23k XP lamp here, we decided to, I guess, hold on. I wanted to see what I could use these on, and we can use them on summoning, so that is going to be a nice 40,000 summoning XP pretty much for free from these combat lamps. It's really weird how inconsistent they are with combat lamps, but we get 57 summoning. But yeah, like you'll see like a combat lamp, and sometimes you can use it on summoning, sometimes you can't, sometimes you can use it on prayer, sometimes you can't. I don't know, I just wish they were more consistent with it. And then we go ahead and use that 23k XP in any skill on Herblore. So yeah, pretty sweet XP rewards from this quest. Got a couple summoning levels, I believe, and definitely well worth getting done with. And that's going to be the last clip for this video, you guys. We managed to complete quite a few nice quests in this video. We had Morning's End Part 2, and then, of course, the Temple at Sentiston. We finished off the Dimension of the Damned, and we had a couple little clue scroll adventures there for you guys in the middle of the video to, you know, break things up, keep things interesting. Hope you guys did enjoy this episode of the Hardcore Iron Man Progress series. We are slowly making our way towards Prif, and, you know, we'll eventually be getting into that PVM that I have pretty much made this account for. But yeah, until then, we're going to continue making these videos every Saturday. You guys can check out a new episode of this. And tomorrow on Sunday, I'll probably be releasing a new vlog for discussion about the Comp Cape rework update, as well as their decided buff to tier 92 armor that they then removed and are just going to reconsider. I'll just discuss my thoughts on that as well. So you guys can look forward to a vlog tomorrow, and then of course the normal weekly vlog on Monday. Thanks for checking out the video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.